expecting the thing to instantly say 2 viewers, because it rarely ever does that. Usually it takes, a bit of time to show 1, but soon as there's actual viewers here, I'm guessing we can start this. And yes, it's been a while, enough 10 days. That's solely because of me, and also some stuff I've had to sort out, like making it so that I'm streaming less. I only 2 a week, and I've got to be even more comprehensive. Well, not comprehensive, more mindful of how loud I can get, because I'm not in a room where the door's been soundproofed and the floor's been soundproofed. Nah, I'm in a fucking flat. So if you ever randomly just check this channel's schedule, you'll see, oh, there's a stream for Tuesday. That never happened this week. It was supposed to, but I had some stuff to do in real life. And there's also one for this day. Even though technically for this day, well, this stream, it could be either Saturday or Sunday. Just whichever one I'm technically free on. And this one I just wanted to know with Saturday. And also somewhat biased to see if I'd get anyone. Mainly because I haven't streamed on weekends at all. And I ended up thinking, well, considering weekend's gonna be the best time for me, and usually is when others would be free, because it's not like on a weekday when they're gonna likely have work tomorrow. And where we left off, we had just beaten Havel, and also managed to beat One-Time Smoke, because doing a two-handed attack with, yes, that dagger that quite literally just looks like a fucking kitchen knife, even by the size of it, that it can just do really well, despite only having damage, well, base damage of 204. And we've just made ourselves a tank by having full Havel set, Grass Creshu, and Havel's Ring. But seeing as we need to complete the rest of the game in, well, not the rest of this stream because how short it will be, but possibly in the next few, what I can do is, well, make a tough decision. Mainly, do I get it up to plus 14? Because I mainly don't have any chance in hell of getting it to plus 15. Mainly because that requires a slab, and that's either beating the Stray Demon back in the Asylum, or finding it on one of the Crystal Wizards in the Grey Hollow, which if you have a bow, you can just cheese. But if you don't have one like me, you're a bit screwed, because they end up being in locations that you can't really reach. I mean, you can attempt to, but it requires parkour. And if you know this game, you know how bad the parkouring is. And also, I don't know if making the dagger lightning or fire or anything would actually make it better. But I mainly want to know if we're going to, well, standard, because I've already put 14 to dex. And, well, fire and lightning would be better if I just didn't put much focus into it at all. Because I just remove stat bonuses. Okay, no matter how many times I can point it out, still on the side of weird of how you can see a visible difference of not white fog and then actual white fog. And I'm just leaving that S-Talk there because I've already done a run with the S-Talk and I hated it. Shit, no. Did I already test it or... Okay, nope, we can do decent damage with it. I know that the ghosts and you're able to come here, like, once you do leave the asylum. But usually you don't have much. Your weapons are weak and you have 2 items that can actually allow you to do damage to them. And usually the ghosts just like to fuck you up by just surrounding you because you can't always uncover them. Because even when you can, you've got to somewhat be relying on attack animations. Because if your attack animations have at least a decent amount build up to them, then you're gonna get staggered. Or you end up dying anyways. Because if you try and go for a somewhat faster character, not focus on points at all, then you have small chances of actually beating the ghosts. I mean, I'm surprised here if the Dagger ended up doing well, because when you compare it to other weapons in its class, it is near enough amongst the worst, because it's worse than the card rapier, and that's not a fun weapon to use. But I've proven that if you do the setup correctly, you can do well with it. Usually just being really buff and having so much poise. So much. And that's even without the poise ring. Because I did have it, because I just didn't have any equipment that provided poise at all. This room normally causes many people to get angry because you try and rush through it, you have small chances of succeeding. But somehow, with a dagger, you get up close to it, dead. But the ghosts also like to do that, try and grab you through the fucking walls when you're going up the bloody ladder. And now we can actually get the seal without needing to kill this guy, which for me is honestly rare. Why do you know? I think it's that you have to place it, if anything. But then there's even sometimes when even if you do have it and place it, it doesn't want to give you it. It's a bit difficult to remember. Because there's one NPC that only, well, I think it appears in this area, possibly it appears somewhere else, it could be 14 or something. I don't know. In Inglewood, I'm not exactly caring that much. Okay, let's go up here and picture there's humanity here. Because I really am going to be needing that, but I can just do the strat when I get to Juice Archives. Where instead of going and just getting the rats in the depths, I can just walk back and forth to a bonfire over and over again. It ends up being quicker because it's, well, you get one kill, it's guaranteed because of a glitch. Pretty sure these weeks ago I never mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. Where in the Truth Archives, if you allow yourself to be killed by Thief, then once you actually leave the prison, go all the way up the ladder after, you know, getting the key to initially open the doors, then the next enemy you kill, will always give you humanity. Because the value for the next one giving you humanity is put up to like over 100%, so it's just always guaranteed. But there was a bit of an oversight where if you walked out of there and then came back in to kill another single enemy, then the first one you kill would give you enough humanity. And I'm pretty sure it's the most accepted method of getting humanities easily without trying to just dupe them. Because I think you can still do that method of actually using the dupe just to use like 1 and get 99, but because of it being used, it puts more than 1 and you can't. But you can't just store them in the bottomless box, you just have them on hand. I mean, it's helpful if you wanted to get like +2 for a lot of covenants, because it ends up being like 30. Okay, I was expecting less damage. Using this is not one for dying quickly. I just want to take fucking forever. And also spawn those heads that, once they get within range, will try and blow you up, pretty much. And normally I'd want to get chunks from these guys. I just haven't set it up at all. Oh fuck. Well, if I had 10 humanity plus Serpent Ring equipped, then I would. But I'm not going to be able to do that just yet, because I want the very large ember. And use my 2 Titanite chunks to get to +12. Just be glad that I haven't attempted to do any of this with either the broken straight sword or the straight sword hilt. Pretty much, straight sword hilt being the weapon that you get from the start, and broken straight sword from those pink undead creatures. I cannot remember entirely what they're called. Because you have undead warriors, you have undead soldiers. So what are the pink creatures that are just both equipped with the broken straight sword? Occasionally they will have a bow of some kind. That's very occasional. Right, I think there's another one. Oh no. Yeah, despite having full havels, I can still lose quite a lot of health. I'll still do a lot because it's a repose and dex. In the fall of that, I did 558 damage. That's enough the only time I'd ever be able to do that much damage. Because that's what dex is for. Which is why if you ever see someone trying to do it online, they immediately hate it. I mean, justified, because they just have to get one riposte in, and bang, you're dead. And because of them being on PvP, they can handle the lag. Most playthrough players would not be able to because they would focus on strength or a combination of strength and dex. Not purely dex. I think throughout all of the games it just ends up being, well, the stat to use if you want to be a dick online. Because, you know, like I said, get the timing right when they've not perfected, bang, dead. And you try and do it to them, no, because the lag's too much to handle. Oh fucking, oh no, not both of you. There we go. Okay, it doesn't do that much of an increase when I two-hand it, because one-handed it's to Okos. So clearly not enough of an improvement. Yes, I don't have the ring making it so that it's like 30% bonus to damage, which I will get, which you can get without being Sith at all. But the problem is that you still need to beat Sith to beat the game. Which, yes, you happen to kill the Dagger, which is very sad. And it's even worse when it gets a low enough health that it starts limping, making the death even more sad. And if I was alive, I'm pretty sure someone would be here. Unless it only happens if you beat the Moonlight Butterfly with the Summoner. Well, not Summoner, the Summonee. That being Witch Beatrice. And then you're able to get her set in Valley of Drakes. And afterwards. And now we have that, we can get up to plus 12. With hardly any bloody warp points, because haven't been to the catacombs, haven't been to the depths. Well, I mean I have, but not so far that I got into the bonfire. Haven't gotten the Blight Out one, because that's all on the other side. Optional area. And yes, I am eating. Particularly Galaxy Minstrels. Stuff that I just have not had in a while. Okay. Initially that looked horrible, because base damage with no bonus would only go up by 5. Well, at least the bonus goes up by 9. I think I already went past it. Yes, I did, because it was right at the bloody top. Okay, so now, well, going up by 6. And then 5. For bonus for some reason. Okay, plus 13, well that'll be an extra 5. So an extra 9. Not the greatest, I'll be honest. Because as of right now it's 226. Or 229. The two-handed just ends up being better. Especially when it's over an S, and I struggle quite a lot in that, wondering how to go across doing things. Sorry. Actually, hang on. I have this many souls. Did I? Okay, no, I did not buy it, but what we can do is get that hornet ring. We don't need to be safe for it. What we'll do instead is just go round. And I still have 200 bucks. So we can just get it and walk out. Only problem being that there's forest guardians in the way. They usually are the problem. Usually being the key word. I mean, occasionally I have died to them. Mainly because at least one is just a distraction. That's what usually happens, you go after the distraction, another one that's trying to kill you. Or that's just how I end up doing things unintentionally. Where for some reason I go after the thing that's not attacking me, which just ends up getting killed. They just make things absolutely simple. I don't know how bad it's gonna be, because eventually it will be a clusterfuck. And I don't know if I'm too loud or too quiet, because no one is saying anything. Wait a minute, if you're not wanting to, fine. I just prefer at least one person saying something. Okay, yep, we did 643, and that's clearly not enough damage. And we lost pretty much half our health. And that also isn't enough either. What the fuck are you made of? Whilst you're trying to attack me with your bloody stick. There's not even a walking stick. Okay, that's how amazing my little owls. But I don't know if you can hear that. That's how the sound is. See, I can't always memorize. Well, I can't always get the timings right, but 704? And that still didn't KO. But I'm pretty sure we can get Faris. Along as one, oh I know. Because for some reason Faris has a bodyguard. That pretty much was exactly the same as the one from earlier. That's an indication that there's a bowman around. Oh, don't chuck yourself off the bridge. There we go. Because Varys has that common problem. Just likes to backstep off the fucking hill. For literally no reason. Just sends one straight into the fucking water. And I know there's still, well, the cleric and the bandit. Because you'd think with the forest hunters they're trying to get at least like one forest hunter for each class. Because I mean, they clearly attempted to, but then they just had 2 knights. With claymores and knight shields. The rares are gonna be fine because sorcerer, cleric. I think, well, hunter? Yeah, Hunter, Sorcerer, Bandit, Cleric, and then 9. They didn't need a second one. Like, well, I guess also Thief, kind of. Well, I was wearing the Hollow Thief set, but not the Thief set that you get off the start, which is the black leather set. Okay, now I'm just currently checking something. Yeah, it was just new gen notifications. Do not give a shit about you, cat. I guess everyone I can get the stone armor behind this place. Mainly to see how much it compares to the Havel set, because I don't know which one is overall better, even though usually ends up being said that Havel is just better. Let's compare them. Okay. This is lighter, has 1 less in defense, 5 less in magic, 1 less in fire, but 3 more in lightning. So I guess overall Havel's is better. Okay, yeah, that's a very similar story. I guess you could also say like 100 less durability as well. So pretty much the stone set is lighter, is often worse in every stat apart from fire, because it's either the same or better, and then lightning where it's just better. So not worth wearing, because there aren't any more bosses with lightning, because, well, okay. I guess the first proper boss, well, once you leave the asylum, would be gargoyles, because they didn't anywhere with fire, because they weren't in Anor Londo. Wouldn't be necessary, and most players would not be want to get 20k souls before anything else, just to get to here. Not get to where the set was, which was back that way. Some would, or you could just use the glitch, making it so that it's actually possible to just do it without even doing much at all. I don't know how much of it was intentional that you can go all the way around the back of the grain to get the Hornet Ring. Because I know that if you attempt to go around, then the cutscene does activate. But if you go around the back, bang. And this is not being used until the final fight. Because I'd use this pretty much every single time when fighting Gwyn, because doing the repose isn't the only way to actually beat him. It's his massive weakness. So that's just preparation for later on. As of right now though, well, I'm going to be buying some Homeward Bones, and then finally, well, actually not finally, most absolutely definitely start buying, well, farming Dynite chunks. Because there's like no other way to get chunks. Because no buying them. We have no NPC like to ever give them. And then finding them as a drop, well, just a drop on the ground without killing anything rare. I mean, it will require using the 9 standard humanity we have. long as I don't die and lose all of it, it's fine. Actually, I think that like a 10's fine. And really not worth me using one of them now when I can just go back without wasting one. Yes, I know one way would be quicker, but this is the less lazy way. Okay, he's not going to try and attack me. Meaning I can just, well, rest here. Realise that it's still going to be costing a lot compared to everything else to repair the dagger. Because usually it end up being less than 10 souls every time. But with the dagger, being the fucking dagger, it can cost a lot compared to everything else, but it's usually still cheap because it's not broken. If it was broken, it'd be like 1,000, which would just, well, I mean, it would only happen if durability is completely lost. But the problem with that is that, well, repair powder exists, and most weapons don't have an R2 that just expand, well, uses or pretty much like 25%, or even, I don't know how much it is, but they don't like use up a large amount of the durability. Because I think like the special weapons, like I think pretty much all of the boss weapons, as well as some extras, then with those, yeah, you can just use it a lot, and the cost of repairing it is too much. And I haven't even set the shit up. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to, well, take this off to still have the fabric. Which means now, I'm fat rolling. Because I think it was the case of, yeah, so when half Havel, I was fine. Only with Havel's ring can I go for Havel. Be glad I'm not trying to go for his weapon and shield, because that would be impossible. Oh my god. Yeah. I was slightly afraid of that happening. And I thought it was fine, completely forgetting Ghost exists. I mean, I said that completely wrong. But you get my point, that I just forgot a ghost existed that low, and I've only got 3 transient curse, and almost all the time you end up having to kill them. Because if you don't have like the ghost dagger or anything, then you can't kill them. I know it's a case of, well, they're already dead, but they can still technically die. Only to respawn back every time you walk back into the area, kind of. And now I really don't have much to say outside of the game, outside and just stuff I really don't want to talk about. Apart from where I am is where I will be for most days. And for some reason the past week it's just gone slow. Like, I don't know what it is. But it felt like before this week it was going quite fast. And as soon as this week hit, yeah, the brakes decided to be applied and was still going slow. Not fully stopped, but it's like saying the end of the week is almost here. But my god, is it? It's taken a while, hasn't it? And also I've had a lot of technical problems in between all of that. Like, me suffering from a case of there might not be enough power available for me to have a PS4 and a monitor connected to a HDMI splitter, allowing me to watch like any DVDs I've got on the PS4 while still having the monitor on another, or having the PC on another monitor. Currently that's not possible because for some reason whenever I try it, flashes randomly happen where it just turns off. That was the previous problem, and now I have the problem of I can't even view my PS4 at all for some reason. So as of right now, both monitors are just plugged into the back of the PC, and supposedly are working fine, but I found no solution of fixing the HDMI splitter. Which is disappointing because back home I had no technical problems. Somehow all of the problems only have happened once I moved. It hasn't stopped me from streaming though, that's just on my own volition. And also stuff outside of technical problems. But it does mean I have no chance of watching Netflix or anything on my PS4. Which I know it may seem weird, but that is what I would use to actually watch Netflix. Because I may have a PC ready to just watch it, but I am too used to just using my PS4 to watch Netflix. Even though I barely use my PS4 at all, and usually it would be for like one session. That's it. Compared to my PC, which is just used for everything else. Because YouTube on the PC is just better. Because have you ever tried to use YouTube on a console? Not fun. Mainly because you usually are not going to have a keyboard with you to just type anything in. You have to actually find the letters and try and use your controller as a keyboard, even though it's very impractical. And I used to be able to use it because most of the time you could just not have ads. Except clearly something happened and now there are still ads on the bloody thing. Okay, seriously, can you just not survive? Can you just die in one hit and not survive on pretty much nothing and only give me one tiny night chunk? Meaning that yes, I can upgrade it to plus 13, but not to plus 14. I still need 2 more for that. Unless it's free. It might be free. Yes, it is. Although, once we go to plus 14, then Dex can go up to an A in the param bonus. Might have taken us a while to get that, but hey, well, at least we're going to. Just need to get 3 more chunks. And then we can carry on with the rest of the game, but I don't know in which order. All I know is that 4 Kings is gonna be awful. Because all that means is can't have Havel's plus Sapring. That's just impossible. I can deal with Seath, because with that well, initially we'll have to pull that. I forgot what it's called, the Bad Ring of Sacrifice. Put that on. And then for the second one I can just try and brute force it. And mostly be fine, because I'm pretty sure I've got high curse resistance. Well, higher than pretty much anything else I've got. So that's helpful. Nito, well, getting there it's not going to be fun at all. Because it's Tomb of the Giants, it's never fun getting there. But also the boss fight can just be absolutely hell. Because if you don't have a divine weapon, yeah, it's going to be taking a fucking while. Because if you have the divine weapon, then you can just take out all of his minions. No problem. But otherwise, if you don't, well, they're just going to come back up regardless of who defeats them. Okay, so now if I do a back... Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. We just got a fucking Titanite Slab. I swear that's like a 0.1% in chance of getting it. Or he's like 0.0 something. But I was not fucking expecting that, and I do not care. I'm saving that as a screenshot. Well, okay, my original plans for plus 14 have just gone out the window, because we could just go up to plus 15. Really don't know why that one, not so proud Knight is just placed there. Because the very much seems like it's just random. Yeah, can I just say, me getting a slab from the Dark Graves is just rare for me. I never get it. It could take me literally forever. I'll just realize, yeah, I'm just gonna be the Stray Demon instead. That will just be quicker. And also I'd be stuck with less chunks. Because you could easily have 99 chunks by the time you get one slab normally. And then, yes, I did notice, I didn't exactly show it, but I did see there were 2 viewers at some point and one of them left. That's happened twice in this stream already. I mean, I expect it, but they're doing my trick of just leaving and not saying anything. Then no matter how I say it, it's gonna come off as very hypocritical. I just say, no, they shouldn't do that when I do the exact same thing. And yeah, why am I going this way? Because that's just gonna lead to me drowning. Okay, we need one more. One more, then we're sorted. Look, we can get almost 700 from our post. Even without the Hornet Ring. But we're gonna have the Hornet Ring anyways. Right, so the dagger is plus 13 as of right now. Standard of 128 plus 111 or 240 when two-handed, or 2d6 one-handed. Now we can just ascend it up to make it so that bonus goes up by 10 and standard by 6. Then the standard goes up by 6, but then 5. So on the bonus. Okay. So now we have fully maxed it out. I wasn't exactly expecting it, but now we have 262 or 266. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is what my plan initially was almost 2 weeks ago. Well, it was almost 1.5. I can't remember exactly, I just know. Well, get Havel's ring because that'll make life a whole lot easier. And I'm pretty sure I did put the Lord Vessel down. I think it would it be in here? Actually, well, it didn't have to be, but also need to take a piss. So 1 minute. Time back. not anyone seems to care because no one has said anything yet. And I don't want to keep on making that one joke I have with that one viewer of who it could possibly be. Because usually it's not one that I know. It's definitely not anyone on my uni mates, whether classmates or just people I've met on Discord. Absolutely not, because I may have mentioned a stream, but A, none of them follow me on Twitch, which is fine. And B, there's nowhere within any of the Discord groups that would show if anyone is streaming, and also they don't know my account. Even though it wouldn't really be that difficult to find it. Okay, I might as well just point out that Anor Londo is absolutely beautiful until you look over here and you see the trees. Well, essentially floating on nothing. Oh god, how am I gonna actually deal with the balls? Because I can't just backstab them, they have the thing covered up. So my only plan has been, well, run. Yeah, that was a bit close. Okay, yep, can't do much because every time I try and attack them, the thing just wants to bounce off because I'm hitting the bloody helmet. Yeah, it's a bit of a small problem. For some reason, you're trying to attack them, and yeah, it just wants to bounce off for some reason, you have no chance. And for some reason, the ball does not want to be actually interested in me. Like, can it just go to the cheese spot instead of just wasting my fucking time? Yeah, it's still not wanting to do anything at all. So all I can do is just do R2 attacks, because there's the one that does the most damage, and the ball doesn't exactly want to help me kill it. Well, technically help me kill it itself, in a way. Okay, well I'm not, I mean no need of a bullhelm because I already have one. And it weighs more than Havel's helm, surprisingly. But it's just worse and would only be good at the start of the game if you want to be bulky. And now I'm just gonna zoom past. May need to get into another cheese spot. Unless it just wants to do that. And apparently I can just miss. Because of course I can. Ah, bloody hell. It's usually cheating because I'd have a weapon that could either Oko or 2 hit the ball, not 20 hit it. Okay, so now we've got it and we don't have to worry about the balls anymore, because for some reason the 3 balls in the game can't respawn as soon as they're killed. They're pretty much like the Black Knights outside of the kiln. Like, they appear more than once. Actually no, they're also like the channelers outside of Duke's Archives, because they appear more than once, and yet they can still permanently die unless it's in a specific area. And this is just going to be really fun now, isn't it? Mainly trying to not be killed by any of the enemies that have been buffed. Because I'm pretty sure it's like a 30% bonus if buffed. Or in most cases, certain death. And instead of trying to do... what is it, a glitch? But instead of trying to do a trick of going on here and then rolling to go to the other side, I am needing to do it this way, the normal player way. I mean, I have a plan for it, obviously, without raring a sacrifice, because it just prevents curse. Well, it prevents me being cursed in my next life, even though I already have 177 curse resistance. But this is mostly so that I don't lose any souls at all. Or to humanity. And I don't have it, do I? So I can do that. And yes, we can't actually attack it. You attempt to attack it from here. You just can't. There we go. That was quick. Okay, I wonder if regardless of what weapon it is, somehow you try and kill the thing, you kill it, because I think it has like 1 health or something, but somehow the body just ends up not going anywhere near you. I don't know if they'd ever do that, or just make it so that it would always go near the player. And yes, having the clone thing arguably would be better because summon a regen, but that's why I have the Grass Crest shield. And now to activate a cutscene. Oh, and just slightly, well, actually it's not really for you, but for certain people on YouTube, I'm slightly glad that I'm hopefully not playing copyrighted music, because somehow stuff that is not copyrighted still gets claimed by one company, claiming they own the rights to it, because I've said this countless times, but they make it seem like that they own one specific song from Dark Souls, and then somehow the same company is claiming they own songs from Pokemon, including songs that technically weren't playing, but because it sounded similar, they thought, oh, yeah, let's just automatically claim it. And I don't know how YouTube is allowing it, because surely they'd realise that the company trying to make the claim don't own it, and it does the automatic claim thing, meaning that I could either try and crop it out, which I've tried to do before, where I do like the one, because it does a glitchy thing, where this is all behind the scenes stuff, which I'm fine with just saying, because it's not like I'm saying how much I'm making, apart from nothing, because I'm pretty sure it's enough fine to say you make no money from a video. But pretty much, if you just try and clip out the part that is said to contain the copyrighted music, like just that bit, then often you will get another claim on the same video for the same song in another part. For me, it ends up being right in the start. What I don't get is that if they wanted it to actually be a proper claim, you'd think that, oh, just claim the part, like all of the video that has the music in it. But then it also does a thing where, I'm about to say which one it is, because of it being Pokemon Fire Red, and pretty much like a company named like APRA CS, that's APRA_CS, attempts to claim a video. Mainly, they say that they own the opening to, well, like the Gen 1 games, because I'm pretty sure that they've also attempted to claim, well, not only the remakes, but also the originals, and almost nothing else. The only other thing they've attempted to claim from the original, if you count before Gen 4, would be the champion battle from Gold, Silver and Crystal. I don't know how they can get away with saying that they own it, when they obviously don't. Yep, can you fuck off? I'm trying to backstab you free. But going back to what I was saying, because it's slightly off topic, but also I'm fine with it. Because I'm the one running the entire thing, and no one is saying stop talking about this and talking about this. But pretty much, oh yeah, what was that? Come AmpliCS claiming they own the song when they don't own the song. But it's just like, it's really weird that there's a route within Fire Red and Leaf Green that, actually another thing I was thinking of, doesn't matter, but pretty much just the opening music for the Gen 1 games, like remakes and not remakes, for some reason a company claims they own the music when they don't. And same company also tries to claim they own the champion music for Gold, Silver and Crystal. And then that same company also claims that they own, well, the battle music for Cynthia for Pokemon Black and White, but also within that, the video that had the music wasn't black and white, it was Pokemon Platinum because it was that finale VOD, that interesting one, where, I did not succeed first time round, but for some reason, APCS claimed they owned the music for that battle, but specifically said that it was Pokemon Black and White. Now, if you've ever heard the, well, Platinum Champion theme and the Symphony's theme for Black and White, you'll notice that they're very similar, mainly because, well, the people behind music realize that, okay, we can't just use the exact same song, we've got to remix it somehow. So, I mean, they did. I think they sped it up. I don't know by how much, but I know that they would have had to speed it up to match it with how Gen 5 music is. But it still does not make sense of as to how an automatic claim can think that a game from like 2008, because I think Platinum was released then, because originally Downfall was 2006 in Japan, comparing that to, well, I think it was 2007 in of everywhere else, and I think Platinum was 2008 in Japan, and then 2009 in, well, it must have been Europe, because it wouldn't surprise me if almost everywhere else got in 2008 compared to a certain country who, because of it having to be translated into more languages than just English. Oh yeah, there's the example of me getting the free humanity. But going back to the thing of Europe having to deal with multiple languages, and then Black and White was 2010 for either most places or just Japan and possibly some others. I wouldn't entirely remember. I haven't looked in a while for the release dates of the Pokemon games that aren't just what they're commonly cited as for, well, Japan and America, because often the release dates concerning other countries not listed. I mean, okay, Wikipedia, yes, but usually are not mentioned. But what I was trying to, my point was, how can a game from 2008 have music in it that was, well, releasing the game at least 2 years later? Mainly because Heart Gold Silver was in between that release. Well, in between release of Platinum and Black or White. Especially when the music was coming from the game itself. I would put in the dispute that there was no actual YouTube video that would just have the Symphony's Bow music from Black and White. I wouldn't exactly need to, because it's the music from the game itself and it's great. And we are in the situation of trying to upgrade decks. Difficult. Strength is a possibility, but by how much? Because it's going up by 1 each time, which is not great. Okay, I might have to put some of these vegetables back in the mini fridge and save them for after the stream. Because if you know the schedule, which actually you won't, but pretty much this is ending at 10. Because I'm doing less streams that last for less time. Well, last for less. And yes, I did warp it intentionally. So that I could abuse the system. Although actually what I really should do is activate the bonfire that I planned to go to, and I didn't because I wanted to make it, well, my return journey faster. And is it worth me continuing more? Wait. Situation with claims on videos? Because I know I can't use the claim of I'm not making any money off it, because I remember on my old channel years ago that I had a claim of music that ended up being in the background. Didn't know it was there, didn't know it would be claimed. So I'll try and say that, oh, I don't make any money from this. Just to be sent back, yeah, not trying this time. And I'm pretty sure it was a company that was official and not just claiming false, well, making false claims just so they can make money off of any Pokemon video. Well, not any, but they tried with a few, because pretty much all of my Pokemon playthrough videos, well, VODs essentially, well, at least one as soon as has been claimed, because I think even the originals, but also randomly is a thing where one of my videos gets flagged for child endangerment. I feel like that's occasionally a bug, because it's happened to at least 3 or 4 videos now. Usually it gets sorted pretty much immediately, but I do end up liking the question is just like, how? It's a VOD. Well, I'm the only one actually speaking in it. Yes, there are others that I, well, would be saying something in chat, but chat's not visible in all of the streams. I don't know who it exactly was that essentially said don't have your chat visible on screen, because most of the time people would just want to be watching a screen for the person. Or, I guess if it was me, mainly seeing how difficult actually is it completing a certain game with these rules. Like, not in the case of if it's possible or not, because in most cases, well, it would be possible. Especially with the Pokemon stuff, because I don't say how to make it more difficult, like, well, some people, I mean, they're fine to do it, I'm just personally not going to, where they essentially make it like a single type only with a Nuzlocke in it. But I guess also have to someone make it so that they still get one of each, and then add extra rules that could possibly be something on the lines of can't over level. Which, I mean, yeah, if you wanted to make it very much like black and white, because that does not encourage over leveling at all. Often encourages under leveling. But I mean, they're fine to do as they want, because well, either they just think some of the games are too easy with just the rules I play with, but clearly I have proven no, no, especially not in Gen 4. Because I think Gen 4 is near enough the only one. Well, oh wait, no, Gen 1, Gen 4 and Gen 1 were the only two that when I was attempting to be the champion, because I'm counting Red as an extra boss, plays the champion music, but is not Lance. So it would be the case of for Gen 1 and Gen 4, two cases of yeah, having to attempt the champion at least twice. For different reasons, mind you. The Gen 1 reason, quite literally being crit machines that you just don't expect. Because Venusaur with Razor Leaf can just sweep my entire team. And then Gen 4, well, I was brickwalled by Garchomp. Just straight up couldn't do anything. Okay, so only 8 humanities are needed. Oh, well, I can't think of much else there is. I'm just wondering as to why we have this random texture that actually has, well, it's one-sided, but also can be affected by the person, well, the player. I forgot the word for it, but it's pretty much what I'm trying to say is that it's not like a thing of it exists and you can just walk through it. No, you actually has physics to it, like a collider box. Well, collision box, if anything, it actually has collision to it, but I'm just wondering as to why it exists and only on this side. Because it's invisible on the other side, and there's not even a version of it on the other side. So yeah, just you end up doing this glitch. Well, it's technically a glitch. I think it is. Well, it's an oversight of anything. And you can get your humanity very easily. Because you can't really buy it when you can buy one from the female undead merchant for 5k. And there possibly might be somewhere else to get other humanity, but not like an infinite amount of them outside of farming. Okay, well that's real fucking weird. Why did I want them to do that? Why? I don't remember them patching it, because I was able to do this before, unless it's only on the PS4 version that wants to do it, I don't know. pretty sure it would not have been patched because not that there's been any other patches. And usually From Software would not be one to patch out a game like this when... Okay, there we go. I really could not tell you as why I did not want the word before. Because it wasn't just like a case of warping, like starting from the original bonfire to the exact same one. Unless it technically only works if... Well, were there before and not like what I was doing, but I went from one place to another and then went to a different bonfire, then go back here. Okay, there we go, only 5 left. And then we can open up the shortcut, and I always get Lost Eyes and Living Demon Ruins mixed up. I don't know why, because I think it's Lost Eyes or then Demon Ruins. But you know, I've done it in quite literally every single run, because it does allow me to skip Demon Fire Sage and Centipede Demon. I'm pretty sure that in my original I did Demon Fire Sage because of the easy access back to Quelac, even though that's often not necessary. And yeah, the shortcut is just helpful because, I mean, yes, I still have to do Ceaseless Discharge, but it just means Bed of Chaos is the only, like, Demon Ruins or so boss I have to do. Because I don't need the, well, the one down against lava, because it's not like I'm trying to make a fire weapon. If I was trying to make a fire weapon, then I would have to actually be Centipede Demon. And I'm pretty sure many people have already pointed out with Centipede Demon that one's eyes do end up just looking like venom. From Spider-Man's technically Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery. But the eyes, venoms do look like it's venom slash symbiotes. Okay, not all of them look the same, but it does look just look like venom or just carnage. Can't be the only one to know, is it? I don't know if that was an actual intentional design choice. I felt like it took some inspiration. It's like the only boss in the series to be like it. Three more to go. And then I'll, well, activate, like fully activate the shortcut. And then I guess I could beat Beanwheel just so I can have 20. Even though I've already pointed out before, and someone else has always said it as well, that it's a slight bit of an oversight for lack of clue thinking that for some reason to get 20 SS last on your all times, you have to get the right to Kinlan, which is beating Pinwheel, an easy boss most of the time. But with that, it's like, oh, okay, just beat the first boss in the catacombs. You you start with 5, and then if you use 2 humanity above that, you can get 10, and then get this 1 item, you can get double that. Felt like it would have been better if you got half of the rite of kindling, and you had to get the other half by doing an optional quest, so that you could earn up to that 20 instead of just being able to get 20 straight away. By just putting 3 humanity, well, I guess technically 4, because, well, 3 if you're already alive, 4 if you need to reverse hollowing. But it's just like, why? Why make it so that, oh, you kind of have to earn it to get up to 10 by using 2 humanity, and then you can just go straight up to 20 very easily. I don't know why they wouldn't have been able to put the other half of like kindling, possibly like in an optional section for Tomb of the Giants, just so that it's somewhat connected because of how many pinwheels are just before Nito. Clearly clones, if we're going to say the original was not cloned at all. I don't know if one was, but I can say it's the, well, one of 2 bosses, if I'm correct, that appears in a completely different area. Because Gargoyles appear in Anor Londo, and I think that's, and I don't think there's, well, unless you count Asylum Demon, but could that count or not? Or is it because, well, okay, Strain Demon is just in the same place, and Demon Fire Sage is, well, looks completely different. But I guess also there's Kappa Demon and Taurus Demon. But with those, it's pretty much the same character skin, just in a new area. Not with Stray Demon, Asylum Demon, Demon Fire Sage, where they're slightly different. Okay, well, Stray and Asylum are near enough the same, and then Demon Fire Sage is orange. Can I drink? There we go. And I think I might stick to the plan of getting up to like level 76. Because I'm pretty sure I was like close to 40 when I initially got up to Anor Londo, and then needed to put so much stat, well, having to upgrade so much just to even attempt ONS, and then realization kicked in, stating that, oh, I need to do more. Oh, okay, so it's Demon Runes off the start, then it's Lost Idol for Bad Chaos. Okay, for some reason I can't remember which one is which, mainly because they look so visually similar. Because both are somewhat in lava. I think there's the same colours of like red, orange and yellow for lava, and then brown for, well, the walkways. I mean, it's not like it's most, well, I can remember Darkroot Forest and Darkroot Basin because of the name. It's not like 2 places that, 2 different names but look so visually similar. Because of it being Darkroot Forest and Basin, they start off the same, but they realize Basin is just the basement of the Darkroot Forest. Because of the basin covering, well, the right side of it, where the Hydra is, the Golems, and the Black Knight, and also way to Valley of the Drakes. But then you'd also remember Undead Parish, because they still end up looking visually different. He's gonna activate the thing now, isn't he? Oh, I thought I was not gonna be affected by it. Because normally I'm not. And I am doing this correctly, because if you fuck it up, then unfortunately you can't really cheese him. Except it's worse for me. Because I'm not a fast one. You really think I was going to be fast at full Havel? Because it's not like I can fast roll. Okay, we managed to do a decent amount of damage. Just to kill him off that quickly. Because that's what that shortcut does. Well, cheese. Because pretty sure most players just do it that way. Like, you can do it the way it was possibly intended. I'm saying possibly because there are times when from software it might have seemed like you were intended to cheese the boss, or they just saw it as another option. Like, instead of just locking it to, you have one way to beat this boss, which, okay, in some cases they do. Like with the Dragon God from Demon's Souls, where you have to do it so you shoot arrows into him. And I guess with some others. But it's like with the cheese options, like, oh, do it the way that was possibly intended by the developers. Or just do the easier way. Okay, yeah, now Kappa has just become really fucking easy. I mean, granted that you are able to come here as soon as you beat Quaylag, and this is this chart which you can do off the start. Not that many would ever want to though. I mean, mostly because you can't really get far. Not when that entranceway over there is usually gold. Okay, can't get there until you beat ONS and place down the Lord Vessel. Okay, yeah, something like that. Usually that would take more time. Oh, speaking of Sandy Demon from earlier, there he is, right there, without the Venomize, because I think that thing clawing on the side is where one's eyes are. I can't remember, I haven't fought the boss in a while, because, well, like I said earlier, you can just straight up skip it. Why need to fight it if you can just get into a covenant, spend 30 humanity, and make the game a whole lot shorter? It also saves you from having to do previously Asylum Demon boss again. If you want to be all bosses, oh, you pretty much have to do it 3 times in a row, where it's slightly different. But it's mostly just the same. I mean, it's not like if it's Taurus Demon where you're not always going to be him. But in this case, it's like as a regular enemy and not just another boss. It looks slightly different, but it's mostly the same. Well, I guess I should say that if you were wanting to do somewhere's quest line, then doing this skip ends up being beneficial, because you think initially, oh, being amongst the sunlight covenant would be more helpful. Somehow it isn't. I swear there was something on one of the sides somewhere, like around here. Unless I've been really mistaken. Okay, I know I got dirty souls. So something up there it is. Yeah, it mostly just be helpful for Solar, because well, Solar would get taken over by the maggot. And yes, it is slightly close to the end of the stream, and because I opened the window, I could do better cast right now, but I don't feel like wanting to hate myself. So see if it possibly is, even though I'm gonna hate the way there, because it's that usual way of an invisible pathway. Or I could just be Pinwheel. I mean, it shouldn't be that too difficult to get there. Going to be needing to find the skull lantern though, just so some of the giants is not a pain.
You could not be the chosen one. Enough.
Wait, is that because I planted the thing without his help? But now I can't even be part of the Dark Graves either. Oh, these skeletons are now almost an okay. I know they aren't supposed to be the strongest of enemies, but considering at the start of the game that these skeletons are pretty much impossible to beat, that a maxed out dagger can almost auto them. But it's not worth doing because they barely give any souls. And I really just don't have much to say there than just happening in the game, because no one has said anything. Because most of the time when I have the amount of followers I do have, it's just hope that at least one person notices, and then I can at least talk to them. Or occasionally just have a regular viewer come in. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? Can you not? I might as well do that, because it stops the others from spawning. Even if I can kill them very quickly. I think that the Apache actually is here. Strange, because often he is not. I know, because I don't know what it is that would make him be somewhere else. It's funny, because often he's not there. Like in my playthroughs, he's in Tomb of the Giants, and not here at all. Or we can just somehow get a skull hunt in the first try. That is just never happened. Meaning that we don't have to keep on trying. And it's still weird backstabbing the skeleton. It's only for the fact that they do have a back, yes, but they just come back if you don't fully kill them. Okay, how many more? Because I know I'm going to have to be dealing with a certain type of skeleton that I really don't want to deal with. And I can't do much with these skeletons because I'm beaten. Well, the only other skull lantern is somewhere else. Well, the owner's skull lantern being over there. I could just go all the way to the bottom, but I'm that heavy I could easily just die from full damage. Now I can actually kill him, even though I almost died. So I'm pretty sure I'm having to go all the way down here. And also just be worried because full damage, and you know, I already said I was heavy. But it's mostly don't roll the first time because you will miss the second ledge and just die. And yes, thank you Dark Souls Masters for making this an actual bonfire. Because in the original game did not exist, meaning getting to here would be tiresome. Oh wait, it's not open? Well, that's 3 of them. Can I try and rush it? Isn't the bloody bugger shield? Never actually get the bugger shield, it's too rare. It's twice now, rare items on this Saturday evening where I will be pinwheel and then the stream. Don't need to see your cinematics. There we go. No effort required. Yeah, of course I get Mask of the fucking Child. Not Mask of the Father, the best one. Nah, of course I get the one that increases stamina recovery speed. Because even Mask of the Mother wouldn't mind, because I'm pretty sure that's recovery for HP. I don't need the one for stamina, I only have a Grass Crest Shield for that. Okay, I hope it's not going to be too much, because it's like... Okay, it's 0.5. And you have to do it like this, because... I don't know why, but if you try and hold it in the other hand, you can't. Okay, yeah, there's I am. Be standing pretty much on the edge of two of the giants, because next Tuesday I will possibly, well, I don't know if I'll be able to do it in enough time, but be very close to actually beating the game. Because I mean I have Nito, Sif, 4 kings, and then Gwyn. Because I might be able to do either largely in the time span. All of that? I don't know. If it's from like 7:30 to 10, maybe. But I'm ending it here. And there's no one here to ask for final words. And to my knowledge, I haven't exactly annoyed the flatmates. I don't even know their fucking names. Because occasionally I've seen them. But not one of the flatmates I had last year. I don't want to be one of those people, but currently I am. Where, because of how COVID was, he actually did talk instead of just me seeing 2 of them occasionally. Like, very occasionally. Like, it's not like the case of, oh, you actually want to sort of talk to your other flatmates. No, it's very much like seeing them in supermarket, you acknowledge them for like a second and it's just like, yeah, I'm not acknowledging you for any longer than that. So, ciao for now, return here for Tuesday about 7:30, unless some stuff has come up, then Saturday, unless other stuff's come up, then it's either Saturday or Sunday. Ciao for now.